All verse rising soul family, all verse rising. We're going to talk about the difference between the English language versus the African and Caribbean languages. And as we know, the English language, the syllables is way slower in a sentence the way the English language is used compared to the faster syllables as used in the African and the Caribbean language, right? Especially when it comes to music. So like, let's say for example, I say, I popped the car with the tide, I got waves. That's a slower syllable in English, right? So if I reverse the whole thing or translate that same line when I say, I popped the car with the tide, I got waves, in a Caribbean lingo of Trinidad, it'll sound like Kina Shakai Felicumasanore, huh? Now you see it's a faster syllable in the Caribbean translation versus that English one. You see what I'm saying? So if I say this in English, if I say, now what the world is you looking for? Can a young man get fly anymore? Pick my pants up right through the floor. Really do it matter as long as I score? Now, the way I use that syllable in English when I said those lines, if you translate it to a Caribbean lingo, whether it's in St. Lucian or Nigerian, Sierra Leone, any African Caribbean language, watch how this sounds when I say it. Now it sounds faster when I say it in a Caribbean translation when I say, now what the world is you looking for? Can a young man get money anymore? Pick my pants up right through the floor. Really do it matter as long as I score? That was in English. Now we translate that to that Haitian and Trinidad language. It sounds faster, don't it, right? Now I'm gonna say that same line again. I'm gonna say that same English line again in a Caribbean lingo. Now this time I'm gonna say it in St. Lucian language, right? Now watch this. But first, let's go back to the English version when I say, now what the world is you looking for? Can a young man get money anymore? Now we're gonna translate that to St. Lucian language. It's shorter, right? In St. Lucian translation, that's shorter. Now let's use this in the Jamaican language. Now what the world is you looking for? Can a young man get fly anymore? Now that's English. Now watch this Jamaican translation. You see what I'm saying? The syllables in the Caribbean language is much faster than the English. You see? So like when you hear a lot of these Afrobeat songs, these Caribbean songs, the syllables and the language that's used for the verses is way much faster, right? Like for example, you got Nicki Minaj. She's Trinidad nationality, right? She could say the same thing. She could say an English line. She could say an English verse. And she translate that to a Trinidad language, it's gonna appear faster. You see what I'm saying? Because the Trinidad language, all the Caribbean languages, the syllables goes faster than it would in the same sentence in English. You see what I'm saying? It's just like the Asian languages of the Korean, Japanese. The word syllables are more faster in a verse in the Asian language than it is in the English. You see what I'm saying? But that's like a short educational video I had to give for y'all. You feel me? Let me know what y'all think.